Hello friends, welcome to the next episode of Nature Walks. I hope that this will also inspire you to go for a walk to nature, make sure you're safe and enjoy. So I was wondering what I would like to talk about today, and I think what occurred to me is the idea of obsessing over our manifestations. I think it's not that often talked about, it's sometimes even expected. Some people say that you have to be really obsessed with your manifestations. But I want to talk about what it actually does to you. What does it mean to be obsessed with manifestation, and what are the implications? So I often go to Reddit to read a little bit about what are people struggling with, how can I help. Lots of people talk about how you have to be completely obsessed and soaked with your manifestations, and I disagree. I think it's kind of toxic, and it puts your desires on a pedestal, which calling them desires already pedestalize them in a way, and I don't think it's a good idea to do it in the first place. And another thing, so not only we make them into something so huge and focus on them so on, and if you're focusing on just one thing to get it into your life, all the other things that you want or would like to experience are going to be completely neglected in that moment, because your attention has this single stream. It's like a spotlight. If you're focusing on something like that and giving all your power to this one particular thing in your life, then you're not doing that for anything else in your life. And another thing that this kind of achieves is that you start to live more, not in this place of power. You as this human walking around here doesn't really manifest anything. You can soak your every day and your conscious mind with all of these endless affirmations and looking for signs, and I feel like this gives away the power. Like, you have this power of awareness, the one that creates God within, the God everywhere, right? I think that obsessing over your desires is also really bad, because let's say that you work on it for a while and then you got it. What then? Do you think that this obsession is going to stop? No, it's probably just so much energy accumulated in you that you're going to put it onto something else. You're going to keep obsessing over something else. This is not a good mechanism to get yourself into. I feel like anxious people are the most inclined to obsess over things than anybody else. But instead of trying to do something about this and not feel this compulsion, this obsessive need to check things, we kind of feed into that. Instead of moving on to more peaceful territory, we are like, oh, the more I obsess over my desire, the faster I'm gonna get it, which is not true for most people. Okay, quick rest before mosquitoes eat me alive. So when you obsess over something like your desire, you're really just focusing on the wrong thing that this desire brought. You're focusing on the result, and this makes you not focus at all on what it brings out to you. It's going to bring in emotions, and emotions are really just messengers that something is going on under the surface, that there is maybe an old shadow living within yourself that needs some love, needs your understanding, and needs to be taken seriously, because otherwise you're just going to relive it over and over again. And obsessing over something is going to mask it in your experience. Guess what? Next time you want something again, it's going to come to the surface again, okay? And you may even be able to manifest certain things into your life by obsessing over them. I'm not saying no. Plenty of people were successful with this, of course. But were they able to keep it? Were they able to create a healthy, lasting relationship with someone if they obsessed over someone so much? Do you have really good relationship with money if all you do is obsessing over the zeros on your bank account and hoarding money and having this energy of lack? Really, even if you have a lot of money, you can still be in the mindset of lack. That's why people just accumulate so much wealth. Why would they do that? If you believe that you are this being on this planet that is always taken care of, you wouldn't need to hoard so much money because you know that you're always taken care of. You need to have the belief that whatever the need is, whatever demand is, the supply will appear as well. That the universe is your supply. That you're not just walking around. Like, I like what David A. Hawkins said. When people have a desire, right, or you really need for something, remember why you're here. You know, you can call it God, you can call it the source, the universe, divine consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it is, it puts you here. So now, let it take care of you. Why do you have to do all the work? No, I'm already here. It's going to take care of me. Because me being here wasn't my choice. I've been put here against my will. So now I'm going to be taken care of. And if you have this energy more than this obsession, you experience more peace. You experience what it means to really just be guest in this world and enjoy. Instead of looking at everything as if I'm not gonna get this, I'm not going to be happy. People who feel that are going to learn from this, because that's also, it's a lesson. For some people it's just part of the process. It was for me as well. You know, sooner or later you learn when you need to learn. We want to keep it. We want to have this stable influx of the goodness in our life consistently by just making a decision without using techniques, but just, oh, it's a hoverfly. It's so cute. Are you going to like, oh no. So cute. Ah. Okay, we're friends now. It's so much better to just surrender, let all these emotions come up to the surface. Don't obscure them with excessive doing and obsessing. They are here for you to learn from, for you to absorb, for you to sit with them and understand why they're here in the first place, because all of them carry a message. And another disadvantage of manifesting in this obsessive way is that if it doesn't work out for you, which is a possibility, right? We just talked about it in the previous video in Nature Walks, how desire has a goal for you to reveal certain things about yourself that you haven't kind of made peace with. So sometimes a desire can come in for you to do this inner work, realize certain things, and then just go. Maybe it will not result in the things that you want. It may, of course, but it doesn't have to. Because the goal in the end was for you to realize something. And I know people don't want to hear this, but I'll keep saying these things anyway, because I don't want anyone to get some false understanding here. There's just this sea of information out there. It's crazy. The more you obsess over something, and then if it doesn't work out, the more disappointment you're going to experience. Like, there are so many people that are disappointed with manifestation community and try to understand, like, why didn't it work for them, or like, oh, I'm quitting manifestation, like, as if you can do that, because this is just conscious manifestation. We manifest all the time. I manifested my cup of coffee today in the morning. So there is certain thing that most people don't really understand in manifestation. It's just that you manifest every single moment of every day. In each moment you can be a different person if you decide so. So you cannot really quit manifestation. You can quit doing techniques. You can quit being obsessive about certain things. I don't think you can quit wanting something, because this thing came to you for you to learn something about this, or maybe this is the thing that is genuinely for you. It will poke you until you give it a chance. You will not experience this lasting peace until you really try. At least that's what I found out from my own journey, that until I give a certain thing a chance, I just don't get peace. You will still get some backlash from the ego, from the old parts of yourself who disagree with this new identity, this new state, and will come to the surface and kind of cause this emotional turmoil that I was also talking about in the previous Nature Walks. And that's totally okay. They come up so that they can die out. So coming back to that idea of manifestation, you are the universe experiencing itself. Every single moment, every single leaf in this forest is created by consciousness. And I get to experience this. So in fact, every single moment that is like a new moment every time, right? It is regenerating for me to experience it, and that's what happens in our lives, and it's based on what I expect to see, what I believe about the world, what I believe, like what identity I embody at the moment. Am I in the identity of justice or injustice, in abundance or scarcity, in being loved or being abandoned? There are infinite identities that we can tap into. You decide what you want to experience next. So if you want to quit manifestation, then that's great. Live your life normally. But know that you cannot quit manifesting. It is how life unfolds in front of you. That's how it is. So coming back to the idea of obsession. I think that the more you obsess about something, the further away it actually goes away from you. If you find yourself obsessing over your manifestations, or you feel like you're not going to be happy until you get that person, that amount of money, and so on, there is so much you can do. You can definitely ask yourself, why is that I really want this so much? What does it reveal about myself? Do I maybe not feel worthy of this? Or I feel like it's going to prove a point to me that yes, now you are enough. This is what they kind of reveal to us. And just by recognizing that this is taking place, you are already shifting away from that state of feeling unworthy. It doesn't mean you have to do anything. I personally think that all you have to do is accept that this is happening and not give it any energy anymore, because the state you're in also comes with the thoughts that you experience. You can surprise that inner critic by saying something like, if there is a thought, for example, that says, well, do you think you can just sit still and not do anything? Unless you start doing some work, you're not going to get what you want, you're not going to be successful. So then you can say something like this to this part of you. Thank you for being so ambitious. Thank you for being on top of things. Without you, I think we will be lost. And let me reassure you that we are safe, that everything is being taken care of. We are just resting right now. We are totally safe. So very often this part of you is going to be so surprised that you will experience some sort of peace. It's not going to tell you anything anymore, at least for a while. So this is how you can approach your thoughts. And remember that this is a practice that none of us is born with. Nobody tells you how to do this. So give yourself some grace. In case it takes longer than you feel like it should take, all is well and you're well on track. So be kind to yourself. And this is how I'm gonna end this video. Obsessing just leads us to more disappointment, and this is not how we want to live our lives. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope that this video is helpful to you. And remember, you are brave, you are loved. Be kind to yourself. Bye now.